Okay, good? Okay. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We are here with episode 6 of Off the Court with Joe.
Derick.
We are very excited about today's episode because we are talking about how do we make it work? Marriage
And
and
coaching.
coaching.
Oh my goodness.
Did you say
I say coaching. Wow. There it is.
Marriage and coaching. So we actually, this is going to be coming out late because yesterday we were working on setting up the YouTube channel, and we know that a lot of you have asked to have everything put on YouTube because you guys don't use Spotify, so we're hoping this will help reach, those who are interested and want to hear on YouTube. Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
We're expanding. And then we're celebrating 100 listens on Spotify. Yeah. Thank you guys. We appreciate the support, and we hope that it's giving you guys at least a glimpse of what coaches go through, or at least maybe some of the coaches that you work with or your children are being coached by. We hope that it's at least giving you guys a different perspective and a different point of view. And we hope it's providing support to other coaches.
Yeah.
Like they could at least watch and say, hey, I can relate to that. And we just hope that they're not feeling alone in any type of situation that they're in.
Right. Because, you don't want to ever feel alone.
No.
So.
Definitely not. But let's just get into it.
So, starting off today's first agenda is disagreements.
We have plenty of disagreements.
We do, as you can see right now. She's like giving me that eye, like,
calm down.
Yeah. Disagreements. You go first.
What? All right. So when we have a disagreement in any, decision we make as coaches and for the team, I think we address it, like we stop each other and then we pretty much discuss it right away.
Yeah,
because when Derick's teaching something and I know that I can be like, hey, I'm interrupting you because that's not what we're talking about, or that's not what we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes he'll do the same to me. He'll just look over and be like,
bro, really?
we need to wait on that.
So in a way, we have a lot of respect for each other. So if, again, like she's saying, if I start doing something like completely off of what we're trying to do, she'll step in and say something, and I'll step back and oh yeah, I forgot we're doing this. I don't know, it's weird, just because how our personalities are. It just comes together, but we'll get to that later. But when it's like, again, disagreements, I'll say something, and then like she said, she'll kind of talk to me about it, and then we'll come to a conclusion with it.
Yeah, like an agreement.
So.
And maybe we compromise in some areas. Maybe like we'll try Derick's approach, and then next time we'll
kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
So it'll be hers, mine, or it'll be hers, and then mine. But no, when it comes to our marriage is totally different. So we're a little bit more professional with coaching versus our marriage, because our marriage is amazing. It's awesome.
It's fun.
It is fun. It is so fun. So, but when it comes to coaching, it's like we
really,
we switch it. So, we're more about coaching, and I look at her as a coach as well. So if I'm not doing something right, I'll look at her and learn from her too. And I'm sure, I hope she does the same thing.
One thing I think that you have down perfect is like those quick game decision calls. You know what I mean? Like the quick plays.
Right.
And I really rely on you to take that part.
Yeah.
And I don't trust myself when it comes to that. And I'm like, Derick needs to do this. Derick needs to do this because I just know that's your strong point.
I was like, when let's just say we're down and we have like 2 minutes left on the clock, and I know that I can give them a little bit more of a pep talk during our little timeouts. And sometimes I'll wait for her. I'll wait for her, and then she'll be like, thinking. I'm like, okay, I got this. So there was a few times we did, but after a while, she started stepping in a little bit more, in which I really do like that about her. She has the strength for those two as well. But if I'm really into it, I will step in. And if I feel that what I'm going to say is going to come out more positive, then I will. And there were times that I did. And it just, thinking about that little split second there, just thinking about it. And it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. And the outcome of it was great. Everybody learned, everybody paid attention. And that's like kind of like the coaching part of it. But when we're married. So the marriage part of it, we like... we're so sarcastic to one another, I swear.
Yeah, our sarcasm is
it's through the roof.
It is.
Oh, and then sometimes we have to kind of come back down just a little bit.
I think that's the only thing that some of the girls, they probably see it a little, is we are way sarcastic towards each other. And it might, come off
a little
people
weird.
as weird, like she really said that, or he really said that to her. But it's more of like, we have been doing that for years. We've been talking and laughing like that for years, and sometimes we have to catch ourselves during practice and games, and we're like, okay, we can't be that sarcastic around other people because they don't understand
our lingo.
But when it comes to disagreements during the game, I think I've probably got upset with you maybe twice in the last 4 years that I can think of. And those were about subbing.
Yeah, it was mainly about subbing. But, when it comes down to it, that was my bad. That was my bad. I was just so into the game. I thought we were just in that transition, and I didn't feel like we did need a sub, but I know you got after me several times, but not just twice, but several times. Several mean more than 4 times. So and then we finally, again, it worked out. So I was able to know when to sub and just pretty much calling the substitution. So, and it's been great.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've really had a downfall on it. Maybe a couple of times, but again, my bad.
But then that goes back to, maybe like the most important part of all of this, like how it works with us and with everybody else, is the communication part of it.
So I think that is probably the biggest thing. Ask any coach out there. Communication is one of the biggest things out there. Any relationship
that you have, whether you're married, you have a good relationship with family members, or anything, any relationship, communication is important.
Very important.
And effective communication, I think we definitely have gotten that down through the years. Like, we've been married for how many years?
13?
13 years.
13 years. Yeah. I asked that as a question so you can agree.
13 years, but we've been together for, it's going to be 15 years this year.
15 years together. Oh my God.
But we're not sick of each other.
Now we're not.
So it took a lot for us to really get down the communication part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that just like goes hand in hand with coaching, because when you have effective communication and you're able to use that as part of team dynamics,
oh yeah,
it's just it's very important.
So being verbal, especially, there's when we first started dating, I never really knew how to express my emotions, so I would always keep it in. And that's probably something I learned the hard way, but eventually I learned. And I tell you though, it really feels a lot better knowing that Joni's here and she's able to listen and kind of take a few things out of that and
try to help.
Yeah, trying to pick things and then turn around and help me. So it's been great. And, I try to do the same thing with her. Normally, I'm just like...
Vice versa.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. Come on, bye.
Deal with it yourself. You can handle it. You're a strong woman. You can handle it.
Yeah, you're independent. But, Joni here does a lot of behavioral health stuff. So it kind of... learning from what she's doing through continuing education, so she talks to me about different points and different terms and stuff like that, and it really does help. It helps a lot, so I kind of try to use that with myself too, and we use it with our kids too, and sometimes they don't listen, so kids are kids.
But again, when it comes to us being married, Derick mentioned that we draw that boundary with how we act around the team and the players and how we act at home. It is completely different. We are very professional. We know that some things are appropriate and then some things aren't appropriate. We do not show any type of PDA at all, and we treat each other just like we would maybe
as a work buddy.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And then that goes to what doesn't work. It's not going to work if we're constantly not agreeing with each other, especially in front of the teammate, in front of the players in the team. We definitely watch what we say and how we react and how we address issues in front of the team and the players, because you're teaching them and you're showing them unhealthy habits in a relationship.
That it's okay to do
or it's
things.
Okay to be like lash out or be disrespectful or say certain things that are rude. And we really take that into consideration when we're working together. Like, I would rather be a good role model in having like a relationship where we're working together and effectively and positively communicate to work issues out between us instead of snapping at one another.
Oh yeah. And you see it, with a lot of couples and maybe couples and coaches, with their, what would you call them, coaching staff. A lot of them really don't get along with one another just because they think otherwise. So let's just leave it at that. I think it's a really touchy subject, but you can see it. If someone's not in a agreement, there's always going to be that, again, disagreement. There's going to be no communication. There's going to be no positives. It's just going to be straight negativity. Once you hit that gym, it's just going to be like that. And that's where I think we're a little different, because like we said, our marriage is totally different from coaching. So the way we talk to our kids is different from how we talk to the players. I think that's where it's at, and we, like Joni said, we've dealt with it our entire marriage. And it's been great. It's been really good, big positives for that.
And we're not saying we're perfect and our marriage is perfect. It's just we have learned that it's better to, if you have problems or issues, it's better to keep that between you guys and not involve anybody else unless it's vital to go and talk to other people and seek other people's opinion. But you don't allow those opinions to dictate your decision in your marriage, because it's the two of you, not everybody else. Yeah. And so I think that's also important when it comes to coaching and using your coaching staff. You know, it's the same thing. Yeah, you can go seek other opinions, but you're not using that to make that final decision unless you're working with your coaching staff and getting those opinions from your coaches.
And I really like that, but me gonna say this very confident is, it's us against the world. It's us against everybody else, and that's kind of like, that's what kind of draws the fire to, or feeds the fire, I should say. And if things are being said, it's gonna give us that fuel to do better. And thank you guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
You either allow something to make you or break you. And I think we do a really good job of it making us, because coaching isn't the only thing that we have on our plate. And it's not the whole entire world. It's not our whole entire world.
Yeah.
We love this because we're able to, again, coach the sports that we love and be there to support these children and adolescents and help them navigate who they are going to become as adults. But
it'll be great to hear everything back from. Sorry, I interrupted you. So just to hear everything else, like say our former players, and come back and kind of show us a little bit of that gratitude of hey, thank you, you guys put me in the right direction. That's what we would love to hear. And it's been said. So there's a lot of kids, former players that have reached back out to us, and we really do endure that.
Yeah, and it's not something that we're like going to flash and talk about, and that's a private conversation between us and the players, and it's not something that we're gonna post on social media and brag about. It's like that, it's private and it's sent to us personally for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're not going to discredit and take that away from the hard work that they're doing.
Yeah, so out of all that, we're going to lead into all the positive vibes.
We love positivity. We love laughing. We love joking around. I think
that's one of our biggest strengths there is, our sarcasm becomes more funny as we go on.
Yeah. And the other coaches have really, I think it makes them more comfortable and not feel like they're being, judged, or they're not walking on eggshells of what the opinions they're giving or the input they're giving is going to be wrong and we're not going to use it. I really like the bond in the relationship that we've created. And it's a lot of it's through laughter, and a lot of it's through just being able to joke and laugh together.
Yeah. And there's times where we're gonna say, "Oh yeah, Tony's a little bossy," but it's all right. But we'll laugh at it. And that's how
someone has to be the boss, though.
I'm boss. Anywho, you're so weird.
You're fun.
So with that, we get our personalities in there. For me, I'm like,
we always talk about this. Yes. You are the social butterfly.
I am a social butterfly. So if I don't know you, you send me a message, I'm gonna say, "Hey, what's up? Hey, you remember doing this?" So. Do you know
what happens? He gets these emails and text messages on promotions, and he responds to them.
I do. So I'm like, "Hey, it's about that money, though."
And then now he has, how many emails do you have?
I don't know.
10,000 unread.
Actually, I cleared it this morning, so it was at 5.
So he's that person. He gets clickbait,
I'm on.
scammers send all your information, he's gonna go for it.
Oh, if you say you have some rare Jordans and you send me a pair of flights, I don't care. I'm gonna buy them. No, just kidding.
But no.
Yeah, our personalities are totally different. So I'm more like, again, a social butterfly. I'm outgoing. I'm goofy. I'll strike up a conversation about a pin. You know, it's weird. So
He likes to sell pens.
I don't. I don't, but you give me the opportunity, then I'll turn it into a pitch sales.
But this is the thing. Derick is a man of many expensive hobbies.
Yes.
And when he picks a hobby up, he just like,
I'm all in.
yep, he's all in. And
So there's no saying, hey, you need to save this one. Save
Save
what? YOLO. I'm like, if I see something, or if I'm into that hobby, let's just say golfing, right? If we're golfing, but I'm not saying I'm a good golfer, I'm an avid golfer. We'll use that term. Okay? I know that my clubs aren't good, but I know that I can hit good clubs, right? I can hit my good irons. So we started out with a Walmart set, and I was like, I know I can hit these balls a little better. So I get a new set, and what happens? I hit really good for 2 days, and then it sucks again. So, and then I keep going. No, I'm just kidding. But when I start hobbies, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
I just can't tiptoe into it. I have to jump in. So that's me. So I dive in. So my personality is weird. So some days
He goes into, but tonight's the night that I will fall for you.
No, that's my playlist. Come on.
But me, I'm more, I guess you could say introvert. I'm not very social. People call me stuck up, and
she's by the book.
Yeah.
You turn a
I'm
page.
not very approachable.
If there's instructions, she'll go by the instructions. Me, no. I'm gonna go read the first 2 sentences, or maybe the first 2 words, and then I'm putting it together. I'm like, oh, where's this last screw?
But the thing is, like, it works perfectly.
It does. So we learn to...
Because when he sees those instructions and he's like, oh, there's one more screw left. Where does it go? Hey, dingus, it says it's extra.
You know, of course, I'll put it in my pocket and then like, hey, where's that extra screw? You know, later on, that screw's going to fit somewhere, so... Oh my gosh.
But personalities definitely make
our
relationship.
Yeah. We
Awesome.
we share the same thing. We love shoes. We love the game of basketball. We love sports. We love football. What else is there? She likes it when I drive. So
yeah. I like being chauffeured around.
Yeah. And I don't mind it. Sometimes.
And
what else is there?
I think it's because you got me into golfing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We do
so
golfing.
I think we really, again, compromise. It's about compromise, and then we're into all of our business ventures together. We just make a great team in everything that we do.
Yep. So take this podcast. It's a hobby again, but like she said, if we're touching into hobby stuff, I'm gonna go all in. So, and we kind of did.
Yeah.
So we kind of did, but after a while, I was like trying to buy all this podcast setup. Like, hey, we gotta get this. We gotta get this. We want to get this. She's just like, no, let's just get this. I'm like, bro, really?
See, I gotta tame this beast right here.
But in a way, it's communication. When you get back to it, it is communication. And that's one thing we like about our relationship is we're able to communicate. We have the positive stuff, and then when it becomes negative, it's, we still talk. Mm-hmm. I may not talk to you for like an hour, but finally I will.
Oh my gosh, one thing that we do is when we get mad at each other, and then we like separate, and then we go and we end up like going into the same room and we look at each other, what happens?
We
Start laughing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I don't know if anybody else is like that, but kudos to you guys. It's great.
But again, we're not saying we're perfect. We're not saying
It's just how we work. You know?
Yeah. Everything just I don't know.
She's the oil to my gears, See, we say stupid stuff like that. Oh, sorry. Okay, we got it.
But I think just all in all, it's bottom line is we just work well together.
Yeah.
We in every aspect, in everything that we do, in everything that we're adventuring on.
Yeah. And we don't set out our day what we want to do.
We honestly don't really we're not really good at planning and sticking to.
Yeah. So if I say, hey, I want to go to Grand Junction, we go to Farmington.
That doesn't. That's not. It. Oh my gosh.
We plan.
That is not a good example of what I was just talking about.
Shut up. Oh. Okay. All right. No, I won't.
That's not a good example of what we're talking about.
Yes,
I'm saying we don't plan anything.
Oh, as married. Well,
we don't plan anything except if we absolutely have to.
What?
What are our plans for this weekend?
I don't know.
What are our plans for next weekend? So everything is always spontaneous.
It is.
And it's split decision right there. This is what we're doing. We're going.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
It is. Yeah, it is bad. But we love it. There's always positive vibes, the communication's there, and of course our compromise.
Yeah.
So.
But we hope this was a good and fun episode. Kind of had to lighten the load and make it a little more positive.
Yeah.
Like we said, we always want to be positive. We always want to laugh. We always want to joke.
Yeah.
That's just who we are.
Yeah. And if you want to be my best friend, sorry, no, I just can't. I already got a best friend.
Yeah.
What? Thank you guys for joining today's episode.
We appreciate you guys. Remember, we're on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Same name. What was it called again?
Off the Court.
Off the Court.
Yep. It's Off the Court with Joe and Derick.
Yep. So follow us. Hit us up. Get those likes in there. Come on, guys. You can do it. Right there. Double tap. Here. High five. Hey.